It is Friday, so it's time for some joy. And this week, Amy Poehler's character Joy returns to theaters in Inside Out 2.
We're going to talk about that eagerly awaited movie, as well as the new Bridgerton episodes, which just dropped yesterday, and everything else coming to theaters and streaming that you just can't miss.
Here to help us talk through it all, tell us what we got to watch this weekend, we have Baker Machado. He's TV personality and host of The Baker Show. Baker, great to see you. Nice to see you. Happy Friday. We love when you join us. Help us get the weekend started. Okay, let's start with Inside Out 2.
Guys, the first one I'm still crying from. It's still so good. And if you loved the first one, you're going to love this one as well. Newly minted teenager Riley, guys, making her way now for new emotions to enter into the picture. So joining the crew now, Anxiety, voiced by Maya Hawke, and Envy, voiced by Iowa Debris. They're joining the original emotions, like you mentioned, Joy, which is Amy Poehler, Sadness, and others. Reviews on this amazing. Over 90% right now on Rotten Tomatoes. And don't forget, the first one won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature Film. And this is really needed for the box office. This could actually be the best performing film of the entire year so far. It's tracking about a $90 million opening, which would best Dune Part 2, which was about $82.5 million. And Disney needs a hit too, because the best animated film that Disney's had the last couple years was Lightyear in 2022. And that only brought in $50 million. And a lot of people think that one was a bust.
I don't even remember that one.
The box office, guys, has not had a single film top $100 million at the box office this entire year. So this is desperately needed for this and Despicable Me that are coming out here in the next couple weeks.
Let's talk about something streaming on Max. The Targaryens are back, and this is the prequel to the Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Is this worth me, like hiding from my kids for 2 days?
Yes. So far, the initial reviews are it's a little slow. A lot of the critics are hoping it's going to build, but as you mentioned, Christine, people have waited 2 years for this show to finally be back on Max and HBO this weekend. So expect more dragons, more plot twists. As I mentioned, right now the reviews are a little bit mixed right now, but don't forget, Warner Brothers Discovery pays over $20 million an episode for this show. It's one of the highest, it's one of the most expensive shows to create right now.
Wow, I do think it was not as good as just all of Game of Thrones.
It's also so dark. Am I just getting old where these things are so dark and I have to turn on the subtitles and everything?
Okay, we have to talk about Bridgerton 2.
Yes, that cliffhanger was like insane over a couple days ago. Netflix finally dropping the last 4 episodes of this last season of Bridgerton, so that way you can finally get an update on what happens with Colin and Penelope. No spoilers, by the way, guys, but most of the people who have watched the last few episodes are very happy with how it ends, but savor it, because the showrunner from Bridgerton told The Hollywood Reporter it'll be another 2 years before Bridgerton comes back for season 4.
I got to work up all those
characters. I watched the first half, and then the first episode, and I'm going to try to savor it.
Savor it. That's what I've been doing with Hacks. It's like you have to watch every episode. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to watch another one next
Hacks
time.
And it's so densely scripted, Hacks is. But let's talk about another one that's set across the pond. This one is called Blue Lights, a police show based in Northern Ireland, streaming on BritBox. I know that there was a red carpet premiere, season 2 red carpet premiere here in Manhattan. What stands out on this one for lovers of cop shows?
Okay, so a lot of people love cop shows. This one is a really highly successful one. Its second season just dropped, and as you mentioned, the premiere was here in New York City. This has an over 90% rating right now on Rotten Tomatoes. And this looks at a police force in Northern Ireland. As you mentioned, it's airing on BritBox, and it's on BBC One across the pond right now as well.
Okay, gonna have to search for those ones.
I want to get to the next one, which is Bratz. That's all I want to talk about.
We've got like 30 seconds left. Tell us, a new documentary.
I am so excited for this. If you're an 80s kid like me, the Brat Pack was everything for you. Andrew McCarthy, who's a former member of the Brat Pack, he'll deny that he's a part of them. Interviews Emilio Estevez, Demi Moore, Rob Lowe, Ali Sheedy, but he does not interview Molly Ringwald. She is not a part of this. She declined to be a part of it. He even talks to the writer of that New York Magazine piece that famously called them the Brat Pack also. One big piece of info that they did drop in this, John Cryer admits he did date Demi Moore back in the day. That we did not know.
This makes me want to watch St. Elmo's Fire.
This is on Hulu, by the way, if you want to watch that.
Love it. Baker Machado, it's so fun when you come. Thank you for being with us. Also, the Tonys are this weekend, so Joe better be back on Monday, because we'll have a full wrap-up Monday morning.
And that does it for this hour of Morning News Now.
But the news continues right now.